All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. I'm Stephanie Pepper with eManage One, and we are going to be doing the Back to the Basics series still, continuing that, wrapping it up. This is the part 8 of 9, so we're almost done with this series, getting everybody back to the basics, making sure everybody's on the same page and really comfortable with the basics in eManage One. Today, we're going to be going over document management and all things documents. So as always, these webinars are posted to our YouTube channel, which you can find in most of our signatures. Please go check those out. If you are following the series, you can play part of the series and it'll just take you to the next episode. So real cool thing, make sure you follow us so you can see or subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see all the new videos that are coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So first things first, just so you guys are aware, everything that I'm going to be going over for the most part is in our help file. So our help guide, make sure you're checking that out, referring to it if you need to. But I know that most of you probably know how to upload a document, but we're just going to go over the basics. These are great little training videos for new employees and things like that. But so as you can see inside this section of the help guide, technically there are 4 different ways to attach a document to a record inside of eManage. I'm going to go over the universal way and then a couple of my other favorite ways to do it, upload a document. So I'm always going to go over the most efficient and universal way to do something, even though there are multiple ways to do a lot of things in eManage. So first things first, obviously you need to be logged into eManage. I always say the first thing that you should do is open up the project. If you don't have the project open and you've started these next steps, which I'm about to show you, if you've already started uploading a document to a record, that's okay. Just open up the project after you started the uploading process. It's just really the easiest, most efficient way to upload a document, to have the project open. So I'm just going to go with an example here. And again, most universal way, okay? So you're always going to have inside any type of document, image, CIF file, whatever type of file you're in, you're always going to have file save as. Okay. So that's the most universal way to upload a document, file save as. And the trick is to upload it into a particular place, a file path, which is just a holding place. When you close out of eManage, and then relaunch it, it basically just wipes those files out. So it's just a tunnel to get from outside eManage into eManage. So what I like to always suggest is to add that file path to your quick access or your favorite, you know what Windows version you're on there. But if you add that into your quick access or your favorites, it's going to be really easily accessible, quick to find. You don't have to go hunt for it. But the file path is eManage One upload to record. And it's held, if you don't already have it in your quick access, again, I highly suggest doing so. It's very easy to do so. You just go into this PC documents and you're going to see eManage One upload to record. That's the key one there, eManage One upload to record. And you can just grab it and drag and drop, or I believe you can also right click, pin to favorites or pin to quick access. So it's as easy as file save as, eManage One upload to record. Name your document if you want to rename it. Otherwise, save. Once you've done that step, you're going to get an uploader box in the bottom right corner of your screen. And it's just going to tell you what the document name is up top. So if you're uploading multiple documents at one time, you can see which document you're trying to commit to a record by that bold document name there. Right underneath it, you're going to see open windows. What that's doing is recognizing any windows that you have open, whether it be a company, a project, any type of service stuff. So if I opened up, you can see, let's just open up a company here. So you just want to be really careful to make sure you're uploading to the correct record. You can see here, as I open up more items, when I hit this drop down open windows, it's just going to recognize that I have more, of course not, should recognize that I have more than one window open. So if I closed out of this and opened up another project, you're going to see multiple in this drop down. There shouldn't be any issues there. So just make sure you're uploading to the right item there. So open Windows, 5592. Now you do have a way to, say what you're committing to, go search it. It's just like a lot more clicks. So I'm, again, going to show you the most efficient, quickest way to do so. So I find which window I want to open it, which window I want to commit the document to, and then I just have to choose my document type. As you guys get more familiar with what your document types are, which you should be pretty familiar, you can just start typing in here. So if it's an acceptance, I can just start typing acceptance or PO. Any of my vendor type documents, I can just start typing vendor and see those document types. Okay. These are all customizable by you and you're an admin. So if you don't see a document that type that you would like to see in there, I always try to say refrain from using miscellaneous. That can always get kind of cloudy. You just are uploading everything to miscellaneous. It gets hard to identify what you're looking for, and we want it to be really organized. It's your file folder. So if you don't see something in that dropdown that you'd like to see, just reach out to your admin and they can just add it in the dropdown setup. So here you also see security level. If you are a low security level employee, you're only going to see one thing in this dropdown. You have a different security level, you will see multiple things in this dropdown. I don't see medium get used very often, but high I have seen used. Credit card numbers, something like that you don't want everyone to have access to, but you do want to file it so that you don't have to file it somewhere in your actual files physically. This is your company, your project file folder. So, to stress the importance of putting everything into your project, it's there for history. It's there for visibility for everyone to actually be able to get in and see, resulting with less interruptions. You don't have to go hunt somebody down for something. You should just be able to go history documents within that project, history documents, and see everything related to this project or company, any record. So if you mostly are probably going to just be leaving this at low. If you don't have access to even set retention dates, you'll either see this grayed out or you won't see it at all. I can't recall. But that is for usually a right given to admins only. And what you can do is set retention dates and actually delete documents with retention dates in eManage. That's the only way to delete something, by setting a retention date and then being able to go review, delete documents with expired retention date. The eManage is pretty delete proof, so we do make it kind of difficult to delete things in certain places. So after you pretty much just do the open window and your document type, you really shouldn't have to worry too much about these lower two. You should just be able to hit upload documents. The eManage uploader window will just automatically go away. So let it do its thing. If you tried to close it out before it was done, it will give you a warning. Be sure you want to close out without uploading this document. So just let it do its thing and go away. For some reason, it's not closing out. There's typically something wrong. So just a side note, eManage doesn't really like it when you try to upload a document with the same name. So give it, just some additional characters, maybe a date. I'm huge on dating my documents, the document name, especially if you're doing drawings and SIF files. But you can see it just put it in the customer acceptance. I can hit this plus sign to expand out to see the documents underneath that. So it makes it really easy to go find what I'm looking for if you categorize them correctly. So if you're not sure what you should be categorizing something as, hit that drop down on document type and really look at what you have as an option, or get with your admin to add that. Don't put everything in miscellaneous. Like I said, it just gets cloudy. From here, you can rename the document if you needed to. You can just type in there. You can change the document type here if you accidentally assigned it to the wrong document type. Just take note that if I do switch it here and I tab out or enter on my keyboard, it's not going to change it automatically right here, but the next time that you get in here into the documents, it will be under the correct category. Tells you who created it, when it was created, what date. And then obviously, you know, with managing documents, if you added a document that you had already in there and you need to show that what's the most recent document, it's very important that you're managing your documents and making it very clear which ones are the active documents and which ones aren't. So if this is no longer an active document, underneath the current right here, this checkbox, when I hit that checkbox there and uncheck it, and I hit tab or enter on my keyboard, it just puts a line through it. So we're not deleting the history. Really important to keep that history. They might want to go back to that XML file, revert back to it. It'll always be in here. But for clarity and making sure that everybody's on the same page of which document is the most active, you want to make sure you're crossing through the ones that are no longer active. That is one way to upload a document. Another one of my favorite, that's the universal way. Like I said, you're always going to have files save as, and no matter what program you're in. But another way that I really like to upload documents, let's say I wanted to upload the CIF file here. I can right click, send to eManage One Upload to Record. And it's going to give me the same uploader window. And you're going to go through the same steps. Upload all shown docs is a button used for when you're uploading multiple documents at one time. Just know that when you do use that button, it's going to assign them all to the project that you selected in the Open Windows dropdown and all to that document type. So if you're uploading multiple drawings or multiple vendor POs or customer acceptances, you know, you would do that, use the upload all documents. And you can always come in here and adjust if you've used that button and it needs to go into a different category. Mark through that one and show that this one is the most active, most recent. It is going to timestamp them and always put the most recent one up top. So that is helpful. But again, just for clarity purposes, so it's very, very clear which document is the most recent document. Make sure you're marking through those. Same for emails. If you're uploading emails, okay, file, save as. eManage One, upload to record, save. Same process. One last one that I really like, if you do put this shortcut on your desktop, eManage One, upload to record, shortcut. So just go find that file path and you can pin it to your desktop. You can actually drag and drop documents into that file. Now we'll get rid of wherever it was, so you want to only use that when you're truly trying to put it in that, put it in eManage and no longer have it existing on your machine. But it is kind of a handy way. One last way that I really like to upload documents, it just really depends on where you're at in the process. Do you have the document open? Is it already saved somewhere? So, you know, I want you to have options. But another way is actually in an action item. So quick little tip trick here on doing action items. This little, actually anywhere that you see this button. So I've covered this in a previous, maybe the first webinar, but just to review again, that little arrow out, that means I want to pop it out of eManage. And then when it pops out, I can use it anywhere outside of eManage, drag it to another screen or whatever you need to do. You can also use this little sticky note and that'll stick on top of what other program you're in or document that you're in. It'll always stay on top, so stick it on top. But what I was getting at is I like to sometimes attach, not sometimes, a lot of times, you should be attaching documents to your action items. I can drag and drop documents into my action item. Just take note that when you are doing that, it will automatically add that document to your project documents. You skip that whole uploader thing. So you're kind of two birds with one stone. But you can also drag and drop, you know, from within your documents. If you already had it saved in there, just drag and drop. But if you did drag and drop it from outside of eManage, it is always going to try to put it as a document type of general. So you would want to drop that down in select the right one, or make sure that you're flipping it after you've sent the action item. All right, that's pretty much it with uploading documents. I'm going to show a couple of other little things to do with documents. This can come in handy sometimes when you're trying to find something within the system and you have no idea what project it's connected to. We personally, I used to use this at my old dealership whenever we were trying to figure out when we got a shipment in and had no idea what project it was connected to. Maybe it was an intermarket order. Someone's created the project more than likely, and maybe they've attached a PO to the project, but never alerted anybody that it was going to be coming into the warehouse. I'm always going to try to go figure it out first before I go hunt down anybody. So I like to use the document search, but there might be other reasons why you might use it. So that was just one example. But under documents, document search, this is going to give you a full search in the whole system. So try to give it some, if you just hit search, I think it'll take forever and just load all documents. So for example, just uploaded this PO number. Just gonna copy this example. I'm gonna say projects, and I'm gonna say created maybe this month. File name contains, and you can just give part of it, all of it. You want to kind of be as general as possible there so that you can find what you're looking for. But as you can see, just pulled up which project that's connected to, 5592, and there's the document there. I can highlight just like in my regular document viewer. Without even opening up the document, I can see a quick preview, or I can double click to open it up, or F4, open up this project real quick to take a look. So if you are in the document viewer, what I just mentioned, you can always drag this out to see a bigger view if you don't want to open up the document. Take a look. Otherwise, you can always open it up and drag it onto another screen or whatever you need to do there. One other document related item under documents, you also have my company documents. Not an area that I think a lot of people are using, but I find really helpful. At my old dealership, you might put like more general type documents in here, forms, W-9s, things like that, just general forms to your company. And what the benefits of this are is that you can access this from anywhere that you have an internet connection and you have eManage downloaded. So really helpful when you're outside the office if you're not connecting to a VPN or something like that. Start building up your company documents. Anybody can access these from where they have eManage. So pretty easy to maneuver through. You highlight, you can add folders. It's been a while since I've been in here, and I'm in a test database, so I'm not going to do too much, but you can just double click down here, go to what it is you're trying to upload, and hit upload docs. And I believe you can do, I double clicked, I believe you can also do folders by right clicking, add new folder, and categorize them. So, you know, you might have just general documents in here, but you can organize them just like you would your shared drives. So it's kind of like that. Once you have the folder highlighted, then you can highlight and upload documents. Only people who have the rights to delete documents out of my company documents will be able to do so. Otherwise, can be a really cool shared feature. Last but not least, editing documents, also something that I don't think a lot of people are using and I find really helpful, especially for my designers or whoever's doing the SIF files. You can edit documents within eManage. So what you'll do is open it up. So I'm just double clicking to open it. The first time that you open something, it will ask you if it's an editable type of document. You can always, it's safe to kind of hit yes there. And then what happens is the next time that you open it, you're always going to get this pop up. If you want to see, I'm going to hit yes. I do want to edit it. No, if you only want to view the file. But if you want to see which type of documents you have made editable documents, you can go to Documents, Configure Editable Document Types. And if you want to, you can just configure them all in one sitting. You can say, you know, .pdf editable, .doc editable. Or if you don't want them to be editable, you can just uncheck. So as you can see, I hit yes, and what it did was it put a little pop-up in the bottom right corner that says that I'm in edit mode and what I'm editing. And it says, click here to save this document back to project ID 5592. So let's say I make a change, I delete this line, delete record, maybe I delete a couple lines, delete record, okay. And now I'm good to go. What you'll want to do, any document that you're editing, you want to hit save first. So that's the trick. Save first, close out, then click here to save this document back. What it does is it automatically marks the old document out and puts your new document in there. So just to review that one more time, open up the document. Do you want to override the version with the server version? Yes. Am I opening for editing? Yes. Puts you in edit mode. Do whatever you need to do. Save first, close out, click here to save this document back. But just to wrap up, that's really all I have for document management. Hopefully you guys learned some tricks, just managing your documents better, how to quickly upload documents, but it's so important. You really should be uploading every document that you would put in a normal file folder at your desk or for accounting, you know, your invoices, acknowledgements, purchase orders, everything should be uploaded into the project documents for history. To be able to go back and quickly just recall a project and go history documents to see those documents is so much quicker than searching through your files, double clicking through your shared drive, and just being able to quickly find it. And the visibility and the access that all people will have will really, really help and benefit everyone at some point or another. So if anybody has any questions, I'm going to go ahead and open up for questions. If you would like to unmute yourself or chat them in, however you feel more comfortable, please, any questions? I had a question come in. When I use document search feature, nothing happens when I hit search. Perhaps she's missing a step. I assume you're talking about this document search here. You got to be very specific on what you're choosing, and you do need to tell it what to search in. So I believe that you do have to go through these 2 steps. You don't want to leave any of this blank. So if you're searching projects, you know, search projects. If you're trying to search for a company document, search company. But if you're not sure when it might have been created, you can choose any time. Make sure you're putting something here and then search. If you feel like you're getting those steps and you're still not getting any results, send me an example of something that you feel like is definitely in a project and you're using a search and not getting any results, and I can take a look and see what's going on there. Thank you, Sarah. Cool. documents are pretty straightforward. It's mostly about just stressing the importance to your whole company, that it is so important just to put those documents into the system, really free up your shared drive. And like I said, just being able to quickly access a document, so important, saves everybody a huge headache. Sounds like we don't have very many questions, which is great. Hopefully everybody's already uploading documents. If anybody has any questions that come up after this, please reach out to me. Otherwise, this will be going up on YouTube. And our next session, I'm actually going to be traveling for an on-site training in a couple of weeks. So I'm not going to hold the last one until the 26th of February, so in 3 weeks. And we will be going over reporting, grid functions, and day planners. Grid functions are a big one to help you learn how to create custom reports and really be able to get the most out of your data. So please attend that one. That one will be a really good one. I'm sure we'll have lots of questions there. Otherwise, I'm going to let you guys go. Hope you found some value there, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks, guys.